love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't I'm so gone, no I'm never turning back. I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so what? You're gonna be hurting bad, cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad, I stay strong. You will never see me crack. And if you get in my way, you're gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math, when I hate I attack. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to our Monday night NasTrucks, coming to you live from Pocono, courtesy of CFR Widecrest. Joining me tonight is a very familiar face and voice, Mr. Tyler Sheafy Sheaf, who's my little commentator. We've also got Dougy Gowans in the box tonight as well. Gentlemen, welcome aboard.
Thanks very much, Rob. Great to be here. Hello, Tyler. How are you tonight?
No, good, thanks. Yourself, Doug and Rob?
Yes, good, mate. Good, mate. Yeah, you're looking forward to the racing tonight?
Oh, I definitely am, you know. It looks like a Dorito truck out there, so it makes me a bit hungry at times, but I'm looking forward to the race.
What have I missed here? Who's got...
Oh, Pocono is a little bit of a Dorito shape.
Oh, gotcha. I think it's
that was a
track.
reference to... Right, so that was a reference to the tricky triangle.
Gutted that name have gone with Doritos in the truck for tonight, but, you know.
I thought
You want to be careful there, Tyler. I started looking for the salsa.
that's what I was thinking. If we got Dorito trucks on board, we need some like hot sauce and stuff to go with that.
Absolutely, yeah. It's good to see Jason Holdsworth back tonight, so it's going to be fun seeing what he can do.
Yeah, looking forward to him out there tonight. Actually, first time for the season, and after last season, he only raced 6 times and almost in the top 3 in the points, if not in the top 3. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to what he can do tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Look, I didn't get to watch too much of last season, so it's going to be fun watching what he can do. Obviously, we have the usual culprits coming along. Hopefully, Kyle can join us tonight. We have Glenn Wilkinson, Braden Sagassa, Scotty Rankin. Those guys always throw up some fantastic racing.
Yeah, hopefully they do join. They've still got 10 minutes before qualifying start, but while we were talking about last week, Scotty Rankin was the outright winner at New Hampshire, followed by Kyle Ridley and Joshua Robertson. So first and second place was from the fixed setup cars. What was your thoughts on that, Doug?
Oh, look, I found it very interesting that a fixed setup took out P1 and P3, I believe it was, if I remember correctly. So it just goes to show that you don't always have to run an open set.
No, you're definitely correct about that one. As we see, Buffer and Sam in the chat, hello. Same thing with Spencer ladies as well at Kick and YouTube. So hello everyone, and thank you very much for joining us tonight. Looking forward to, I'll sit back, relax, and watch some racing with you guys out there. So, early dips for tonight, we did see the big open trucks dominating the fix at the moment. As we see, poor Rob is struggling a little bit with SDK, but you see the open car at 256. Joshua Robertson, he did finish third last week. He was very quick and surprising, coming from the back and got there in P3.
So he was third last week, was he? And Kyle was second.
Yeah, he was third, Kyle was second,
Right.
and Scotty in first.
Yes. Well, Scotty, he put his thinking cap on, and he pitted at the right moment, and ended up coming through the field. It was good to see.
Yeah, it definitely was. It was, surprising to see only a handful of cars at the last safety car pit, and they all got the cherry on top compared to everyone else that stayed out there, apart from Kyle Ridley.
Yes, that's correct, yes. And like you said before, Tyler, it's good to see Sammy. Sammy always joins us for the racing, and he's always got something to say. Nothing about dentures tonight, please, Sammy.
I know that you got paintwork ready for the NasTruck. I don't know if he's coming out tonight at Pocono. Hopefully he does decide last minute to join us.
Yes, that's right. I saw that he entered.
Yeah, so it would be good to see him out there, if not tonight, but later on in the season. But while we're out as well, we do got to talk about one of CFR supporters, which is Beyond Blue. They have, obviously, if you haven't heard yet, they have jumped on board for this season. I think it's very important, to support such a good case for mental health.
That's exactly right. I mean, it's a silent epidemic out there, and anything that anyone can do to help alleviate, make a donation to Beyond Blue, it's all very more than welcome. It's something that's close to my heart, and I strongly urge everyone to take a minute to think about your friends and be there for them.
Yeah, definitely correct about that one, because it's just not just for yourself personally, but your friends, your families, your coaches, your work people. It's just important that they have help. You never know when you need them, and every bit of donation counts. So if you are happy to donate, please, the bots in both YouTube and Kick, do pop it up. So click on the link and just follow through the instructions. If you have any issues or any struggles, I believe someone will help you via the Discord as well to help donate to such a good cause.
Yes, that's correct. I see Ryan Huckle in YouTube has just said that he's sadly not racing tonight. He has work commitments instead. He will be watching. Scotty should still be here. And we have Contagious, who let Grandpa up this late. Well, I had to ask my wife. She said as long as I have a couple of coffees and I'm able to last through the broadcast, I'll be just fine.
Yeah, as we see, we had a little bit of malfunction to start, but now it is up and going, thanks to Rob behind the scenes. So thanks very much for...
Boys, I'll take the credit for that one. I'm good at that. Sorry, I didn't really quite was letting you run the show. It's one of those things in the background.
And let's be honest here, I'm relatively new to this series and the truck liveries and the drivers' names, so without SDK up and running, I would really struggle.
I'm definitely following you on that one. I don't own Pocono, so unfortunately I am relying on Rob tonight as well.
Yeah. All the pressure, yes, that's correct. Well, if we have a look at the leaderboard now, we have Holdsworth. He's actually in P1 at the moment during practice, running some good times. Leader of the fixed series, Braden Sagassa. Not too far behind, 0.37. There's Braden as I talk, he's just trying to warm his tyres up in the Aussie way.
Do did we just say 0.37 between the top of the open and the top of the fixed in 6th? Like 0.37
yes.
between the top 6. That's
That's
ridiculous.
correct, yes. Yes.
Yeah, there's been a days I agree with last week. We did see something very similar in practice, and then until qualifying and the race, that's when the fixed that tree dropped the sandbag and said, "Hello, we can race against you."
That's exactly right. It kind of reminded me of an old poem there, Tyler. It was like Scotty Rankin said, "Roses are red, violets are blue. Look out, Braden, I'm coming for you."
That's just putting in the background doing some
Dougy coming in with the big jokes tonight, folks. I am sorry about that. We'll kick him out for next week. He's had 2 weeks. I think the coffee's already settled in now.
Look, I'll probably stop by then. I'm quite embarrassed as it is. Look, this is as you all know, this is completely out of my comfort zone. Usually I'm on the other end. I like being on track, but I want to help out and help the league out, and and commentating's a different way to do it. And one good thing about it is that I really get to learn the different series now, such as the trucks and the drivers and the liveries and the teams they represent. So it's quite exciting for me to be here.
Well, I think it's really exciting for all of us for you to be in here, Doug. It's obviously a good learning curve. And, but not just that as well, you got a good insight as well to, like, racing in general, You do a bit of open wheel and you do a bit of closed wheel, and you don't go around in circles or triangle as of tonight. But you do got a bit of knowledge, and it's also good to see your side of thoughts and, see where your point of view is as well on the racing track.
Yeah, and that's another good thing I enjoy about racing is that everyone has different points of views. Doesn't always mean that I'm right, but it doesn't always mean that I'm wrong too. I actually, throughout the weekend, I had a look at Pocono using the old interweb, and I've got some nice little facts here. So, did you know that the seating capacity here at Pocono is 76,800 people? That's a pretty big seating capacity.
Yeah, I can't even imagine when you think about it.
I was going to say.
Yes, it's not a small circuit, not at all. And obviously, as we know, it's nicknamed the Tricky Triangle. And another thing that I found very interesting, that every single turn here, the 3 turns, they all have a different degree of banking. So turn 1 is at 14 degrees, turn 2 is at 8 degrees, and turn 3 is at 6 degrees.
And that definitely makes it very hard for the drivers, especially in the open, to set up their cars, because there's 3 different corners that you've got to worry about, and you can't just, it's not just 2, 3, so it makes it a bit more difficult as well. And not just that, the fixed setup as well. Unfortunately, those boys cannot change up their cars, so if it's not the best setup tonight, they might struggle a little bit, but we see Braden's about to stick us up there. Kyle Ridley put in some good time, same thing as Gilbert as well, so I think these boys here, that looks a bit...
Jared's giving the concrete wall a big kiss there.
Oh no, that wasn't Jared, that was a car in front of Jared, to be honest.
Jared's doing very well. Keep going, Jared.
You just say that
he just kissed the wall anyway, I see. I was telling you, he just, I know, the commentary broadcast.
I just want to refer to a message I got today, Tyler. I don't know if you can tell me who this was sent from, but someone said to me today, they have a head for radio and a voice for emails.
That would be me.
That makes sense.
Nothing wrong with a bit of honesty.
Emails. There you go.
Nothing wrong with a bit of honesty.
Gents, tonight is actually a rather big moment, actually, because we have just crossed over the $100 donation threshold. Just received another donation, taking us up to $110 now.
Oh, excellent. Keep it coming, fellas. Keep it coming. It's for a very worthy cause.
That was actually Sainted Lady who did that.
Sainted Lady, she's in the kick chat, so thank you very much. If you're still, and you can still hear us, thank you very much for doing it for such a good cause. Like, every bit counts, and it's just important to make sure that everyone has access to mental health.
I just have to say, I've met Sainted Lady. And thank you very much, Sainted Lady. It's very lovely coming from a lady such as yourself.
That's good. We got under a minute to go in practice, and At the moment, Jason Holdsworth, he was in the commentary box last week. It's good to see that he has put in a bit of time and effort once he's got his monitor, so yeah, it's good to see him out there tonight, to be honest.
Yes, he's taken the top position there, and that separation is still there between P1 with the opens and 0.35 down to Braden with the fixed. But as you said, Tyler, what happened last week is that the fixed setups, they really showed how good they were, and we'll see how they go tonight too.
Absolutely. Anyone's in it to win it, so it'll be interesting to see what happens tonight.
Do you know how long the track is, Tyler?
Oh, something in the 4-point-something kilometres, I say?
Yeah, 4.036 kilometres.
Oh, I was close.
Well, I've got to say, that was a very good guess.
It's a good guess, considering I've never been here before. Basically, the first time I've seen the track. But as you see, the big view of Pocono, it actually is a decent-sized track now you think about it.
It is, yeah.
Let's see, David Gilbert out there. So it looks like there's a bit of change for formation for qualifying tonight with the Heat Baxter Special. It's a 2-lap qualifying. It'll be interesting to see how many of these boys can capitalise in the first 2 laps.
Well, it's going to be very important for them on their out lap to get their tyres up to temperature. You would be expecting their first lap to probably be their fastest, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, definitely be interesting as we see Colin Nixon finally had the chance to be back. He did miss out last week and he had a really good result in the week before in the top 5. So I hope that he comes back out here. It was a bit of revenge for missing last week.
Well, we all know Connor's very good behind the wheel, so I'd be expecting him to be very strong tonight. Sammy, is this the old or new Pocono? I don't know, Sammy. It's Pocono to me.
This is not the legacy. This is actually current Pocono track.
The current one, so there's a legacy.
There is a legacy Pocono.
Just between the two. Yeah, I wonder what
track
the
service.
difference is.
Track service is different. Yeah, they updated the track service.
That makes
So
sense.
Connor Nixon going through turn 1 there, just starting to come down the next straight. He had a very good line there, exiting turn 1.
Yeah, lap 1's a bit of a slower lap according to Buffer. Tyson coming to lap 2. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how good these guys can tyre manage though on cold tyres at the same time.
Well, that just goes to show you how much I know about these tyres. I would have thought that, with the best grip would have been on the first flying lap, with a loss of grip on the second. But, thanks Buffer, I appreciate the input and the correction.
Probably a little bit different to the Formula 1s. I did watch the race last night. I think everyone did, to be honest, with Ricardo back out there on the grid. But see, Jason Holdsworth...
Sorry, what do you watch?
The Formula 1?
What's up?
Oh, what's that?
Where's my disconnect button? How dare you?
All I heard from the Formula 1 was Mercedes and Lewis Hamilton whinging again, so I just ignored it.
Yes.
I was loving it, to be honest. Good nice to it ahead, but unfortunately mistakes happen. But see, Holdsworth taking the lead with a 54.22. Mallow pinching P2 on his first lap, and Connor Nixon P3. So yeah, it might be
popped up into second.
Yeah, it might be a little bit of mixed here. There's only 4 opens at the moment are qualified, but it'll be interesting to see what these boys do in the second lap.
Brandon Chooch Griffiths. Chooch, I like that. It's something different.
Oh, contagious saying tell Buffer to go out there and race. I think he's enjoying watching at the moment on the kick, so he's happy to sit back and relax for the night.
Well, if we have a look at the leaderboard at the moment, you can see the separation between the open and the fixed. Let's just see if one of the fixed guys can pop up there and start annoying the open guys.
Yeah, well, to be honest, Holdsworth looks like he's in a bit of a league of his own, because he's almost half a second ahead of Dylan Gray, and then everyone else is over half a second. Oh, Sagasa.
There's Sagasa. Yep, I've been waiting for Braden. I'll be waiting for Scotty Rankin and Kyle Ridley, Glenn Robertson.
Rankin is not here tonight, boys.
Oh, Scotty's not on tonight? Okay.
He is not here.
Yeah, it's interesting considering his back-to-back wins early on in the season for the fixed, and he would have been high in points as well. So to miss tonight, maybe his weakest track and didn't want to risk it. To be honest,
Maybe.
That's a stonking lap from Holdsworth. I mean, he's nearly half a second faster than the rest of the field at this moment. What is that man on? He must be really enjoying his villa in Singapore.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, we both were saying that the first lap should be the slowest. I think the first lap for Holdsworth was the quickest. I'm pretty sure he didn't improve his second lap time. As we see, Julian Mookie putting in a first lap time into P3, so I think he wants a bit of revenge after missing out on the podium last week. We did see him get up there, but unfortunately a couple of mistakes and he fell behind his teammate.
Yeah, very strong driver. I mean, you know, in Connor Nixon and Dylan Gray, you know, the strength of this field is, you know, it's through and through in both the open and the fixed.
Yeah, definitely not wrong with that one. As we see Julian going around for his second lap now and hoping to improve to be in the front row with Holdsworth.
He's coming up to the final corner now.
Good to see number 39 out there once again.
Here he is coming down to the finish line. Oh, touch of the wall. Touch of the wall. What a shame. He was certainly trying to give it to it though.
Absolutely, it would be interesting to see if he was up or not. But
and that's the way you finish a qualifying lap.
Do a couple of donuts.
Bryce, how's Bryce going?
Also, Julian does a lot of work with our results bots and stuff for the Discord and our league stuff, so we appreciate the work Julian does behind the scenes for us. Got some new things coming as well, so stick with it. We'll have some new ventures coming from Julian in the coming weeks, hopefully.
And if anyone else has any time out there that you're available to help out with the league, and you know, even if it's just something small, it all helps, you know. So stick your hand up and come help out. Obviously, I'm here trying to do it. I don't feel comfortable, but I'm going to enjoy myself. Put it that way.
Yeah, it's all about having fun, mate. At the end of the day, it's we're trying to keep it, you know, somewhat to the straight and narrow. But you know, you got a bit of fun along the way. You can't always be just
that's right,
cranky and wound up all the time.
Exactly.
Dougy, Dylan DeBono, can you tell me,
yes.
Is he going to be fixed or open? Because he doesn't got the banners on, he hasn't got the windshield thing on. He is going to be fixed.
I believe he's going to be fixed. I
might have to get on to
sure, but yes.
Might have to send him a little bit of a kick in the backside and be like, "Oi, what are you doing?"
Yeah,
because he doesn't answer messages in Discord, so maybe you can give him a job.
No worries, absolutely.
I'm actually surprised to see him out there, to be honest, because he did send me a message earlier and said, "Do you want to do GR86 race?" So I'm surprised to see him out there in the NasTrucks for tonight.
Well, Dylan's been trying to jump in and run quite a few races lately in various classes. It doesn't really matter what series he jumps into or what race he jumps into. He just likes being out on track. He's one of those guys. He's very fast across multiple disciplines, and he's always one that you need to watch out for.
Yeah, well, obviously having real life experience on track as well, it does help you as well. See, Kyle Ridley, he's already said he's qualifying laps in, but he's just gone for a couple more practice runs, so I think he might not be happy with P10 at the moment, and just trying to figure out a way to
P4 in class though, so
get quicker. Yeah, it's P4 in class, yeah, definitely nothing wrong with that, but obviously just being a couple tenths behind Braden Sagasa, it's going to be hard when you've got to go through the traffic, and the traffic is open, fixed, open set up.
It's not the position Kyle would want to find himself in. I don't think he'd be too unhappy, but he would also want to be up close to Braden, Sagasa, Julian, up around that area. As we know, Kyle's a very, very strong racer, and he's a very, very competitive racer as well. So, you know, if he stays down there in P10, you watch him coming through the field. I think he'll still be a strong drive tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And like we said, like last week's effort, to stay out there on all tyres and, to hold Scotty Rankin back a fair bit and then to hold Joss as well for P2, I think that was an awesome effort. And, it proves that he can race a car and just, maybe just have a little bit of an off lap, unfortunately, for qualifying, but he does got enough race pace against these boys and hopefully move up on the field.
That's right, yes. I see a YouTube chat there, Cam Hardwick. Let's go Velocity. Oh, considering Tyler and I are in Velocity, well, yes, let's go Velocity.
Yeah, woo!
Hey, team promotion in the box, boys.
Everyone else but the Bono gets a penalty.
Did you say everyone except for DeBono? Oh, no, that was intentional wrecking right there. No, that's penalty. Get him out, chat. Get him out of here.
He's just showing you his 360 skills. Look, yeah, I've seen a few guys actually rush up against the walls in practice and have a few spins. So some of these corners are catching these guys out. Perhaps it's coming down to the different bank angles. With the open setups, you think they'd be able to adjust for that more, but possibly not with the fixed.
As you see, Holdsworth is on pole position.
Buffer in the chat.
Right.
DQ him. DQ
him. Well, I would have given you a free pass too, Buffer, if you're in the race instead of just typing on a keyboard, buddy.
Hey, Sammy, it's all great to ask questions in here, mate, but drop them in the Discord where you get more chance to get answered quicker.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just say,
we're just the ones who head for radio and voice for emails, mate.
I couldn't answer your question there, Sammy. I don't know if fixed setups are allowed to drop the fuel. I wouldn't think they are, actually.
No. I don't think they are, but again, you're best off just asking in the Discord. Well, you know what? How about just come out and race? That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea, isn't it? I think you'd be a bit mad if you run a low fuel in your first tank, considering you've got to get fuel no matter what. So,
no, you're still with the quali run.
Obviously, wouldn't drop it.
No,
look
for the
at
quali
that
run.
lineup of trucks in pit.
Quali runs, yeah, that might be an interesting story.
I don't think you can. I don't think they do. I think it's still fuel top off for quali. Sammy. He says, I just want to hear more of your sexy voices. No, he's just trying to catch the dentures as they fall out, Dougie, that's all.
Yeah.
No, you can't drop fuel. There you go, Brian Lance.
Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate that. But look at these liveries. Look at the lineup of the trucks in pit lane there. Don't they look amazing?
That's just classic NASCAR stuff right there. And look at it. Just love
100%. 100%.
So fixed setups can only change steering angle and brake bias. There you go.
Right. Okay.
So there you go, Sammy. Stop questioning. Get out and race. Jump in the seat, son.
Well, it seems like in the hands of Braden Sagazzi, he was able to wrangle that fixed setup into P2. So that's that's looking good again for the fixed setup guys. We did see last week though more open running. The fixed setup started to suffer. And the opens were starting to come through a little bit more, so I wonder if the same will be tonight.
Absolutely.
It'd be interesting, won't it, Tyler? Like we've followed these a few races now. You and I, we've called a few of these together, and we've seen plenty of things happen. Open definitely on the longer runs, so if they're short, sharp runs, it'll definitely play in the hands of the fixed boys that we saw last week with the open stuff. No, tonight might be a little bit different because it is a longer track anyway. It's a bit more open.
Yes. Yeah, that's right.
I think more of the balance. They're 3 turns compared to the normal 2. That definitely will play into the opens a lot easier because they can adjust their car to a better balance.
Sorry to all the NasTruck fans and NASCAR fans. He does mean 4 corners, not 2.
No. It looks like a triangle mouse.
Poor Tyler has foot and mouth disease.
Well, there you go, 5 turns. There you go. So be backed up here. There's 5 turns in the truck. Close.
And we're getting ready for the start of the race tonight, guys. If you have a favourite for tonight, or if you think someone's going to go well, just please drop it in the chat and let us know what you think.
Green flag is up.
Oh, Barney, I hope his arm doesn't fall off this time.
He gets right into it, doesn't he? He gives it
He doesn't.
the old wiggles.
He doesn't
Here we
muck
go.
around. Doesn't muck around.
Go, Barney. Go, Barney.
And Barney's
Look at the wobble.
I'm surprised it didn't fall off there.
We have Holsworth and Sagassa even coming down to the first turn.
And they're battling. Sagassa
Great
going
start
high
from
side.
Sagassa.
I was asking Tyler before what he thought in regards to what line they will run tonight. Obviously, there's quite a wide track there, you know. It's going to be interesting to see if the title line's going to be fast the way around. Oh, something's happened, Braden.
Sagassa's just gone backward.
Yeah.
Like he just got hung up high and dry on the wall.
Yeah, possibly. I didn't get to see that.
Then it brings Julian Gray kind of mixing up another spot.
That sucked too because he was up there, side by side with Holdsworth, and thought we were going to see a good battle between Open and Fix. But as we're talking about it there, Kyle really jumped up to P6 already as well. So he's been a big mover as we're making more games here in the inside of Julian Mookie and Darren Robb as well. Is that his teammate Nixon as well? They might be overtaking at the same time.
That is Connor, yeah.
Jeez,
So he's straight to
mental.
P3.
It's a massive game. I'm not 100% sure there. Maybe the drivers are not comfortable on the outside, and that might explain why Sagassa dropped back a fair bit of position.
Who's that flashing at the back?
Yeah, just looking at that.
Look at pink
That
purple
is
car.
Brando Griffiths. Oh,
Quite a
that's
strong blink, isn't it?
It is. That's quite the blink. That one.
Yeah, the poor man. Unfortunately, Australia do not have the internet.
Who's the
The
85
contact
there?
there between McLeod and the boys.
McLeod, yeah, he
Darren
made
Robb.
it 3 wide. Yeah, we met Darren as well, didn't we, mate?
We did, yes, absolutely. Want to see him go well tonight. Coming down to 3 wide again into turn 1. Does it look like? Yes.
Yeah, 3
Got
wide.
Brandon on the outside, yep. He just pulled out. So it looks like they're settling in now. They're going to try and find a groove, find someone to run with, get the tow. They have to form up as a pack now to try and hunt down these top two. Holsworth just gone. Dylan Gray. I mean, look at the distance between P1 and P2 compared to the rest of the field.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got to say, you've got to give credit for Dylan Gray. He's been putting a lot of time in the NasTrucks, and it is paying off right now. Like, he was up there last week, he won the first week, and now currently in P2. Maybe the longer runs might not play into his hand, but it's good to see him up there early on.
Yeah, and we have McLeod and Maddings. They just keep swapping positions, and they have DeBono right behind them. I think Dylan might just sit there for a little bit and try and bide his time. Who do we have diving down there?
Pink car probably was Sagassa.
No, it was Jared.
Of Gilbert? Oh, yeah.
Who's
It's
that
just falling a fair bit of distance too.
bang.
What happened there?
Bumper bars getting flung around like ping pong balls. Wow. Who do we have involved in that?
That
Julian Wookie's involved.
Jared Gilbert. So this is the trigger.
Is that
And
Kyle?
Connor Nixon.
Connor Nixon, is it?
I think that's
Oh.
Connor there. Oh, just tag him.
No, that was Connor Nixon. Kyle was behind him.
Yep.
I see. Yeah, okay.
At that speed, you just have no chance of avoiding.
Looks like
chance.
a cloud seat.
So he's further back.
It's just the lightest touch on the rear, and at that angle coming around that corner, there's just nothing that could be done. And,
Oh, there's two separate incidents there because Julian Mookie and Kyle Ridley got together without being tagged from anyone else there.
they
Yeah, I
were
think
just
Julian
part of
had
it,
to
though.
avoid, yeah.
So yeah, unfortunate for the boys.
Very, very. I've had a go at these trucks around an oval circuit, and yeah, I mean, you just have no time to respond. No time, especially when you're in such a close pack.
Yeah, that'll throw some spanners into the work, because I think a couple of the boys got some major damage, and there's no quick repairs either, so they'll be in the pitch trying to get as much fixed as possible and hoping for the best. But there's a bit of a shake-up now. The Holdsworth and Dylan Gray now being pulled back from the field because of a safety car.
And look at DeBono, you know, really got a helping hand with that. He's up into P4 now, and Darren Robb got a good jump.
No, it's good for him. And Gas as well is back to P6, so he's gained a couple of positions after falling back on the first lap. So
He was involved in that incident, so
That's a nice looking livery on Rob's car. Really like
yeah,
that.
he is, yeah.
yeah,
It's
the
same
green
as
15.
Jace Holdsworth as well. Like that's a real
Yes.
that's a new paint scheme for that.
Yep. Explain to me, Tyler. Explain to me. I'm a novice. I'm fresh to this type of racing. What is the reasoning behind the dive for the pits?
Oh, that's easy. I can answer that one.
Yeah, no, the good thing about it is they allow a bit of mind games, and that's the best thing about it. You know, you go, oh, I'm going to go into the pitch early on, and you hope for a person or two to lose concentration and don't realise that the car ahead of them pulled out, and you know, they get stuck and they hit the pit box, and that's it. You know, they got to commit to it. You know.
Yes, right.
Yeah, it's a strategy play. It's all about you know, trying to balk them into jumping in a pit lane with you or not with you,
And I
just trying
guess
to get
if they're
them to
not
work
really
on
paying attention, they could actually run into the water barrels at the start of pit lane.
Have seen
Yeah,
that.
definitely
Yep.
correct on that.
Yeah.
Well, it's a little bit different to Formula One, because Formula One, the pit crew can be out ready to go, that's how they fool the people rather than the car itself. Because
Yes.
in the NasTrucks, everyone that's in the pits is actually behind the wall until their car is at a full stop, and then they jump over and off they go. So, yeah, a little bit of different safety procedure compared to the open wheel of Formula One and the NasTrucks. So, yeah, it is interesting to see what these boys and girls do out there in real life, and yeah, it's an interesting game to see.
A little bit of trivia for you, Tyler.
Oh yeah.
In the real world, what do you think is the fastest lap in a truck around Pocono?
In the real world.
I want to dive in. I want to have a crack.
Tell me.
48.3.
No.
No. What is it? I think that's a little bit too quick. I think maybe 53.9.
Not too far off. It's a 53.609 done by Sheldon Creed in a Chevy Silverado.
You know, for someone that has never seen a race of Pocono, I think I did a good job there.
You're guessing tonight, but I'm taking you to the next trivia night I attend, Tyler, because you're guessing very well.
As long as they get any tips for gambling, you'll be fine.
I don't gamble, but I don't mind getting a meat tray now and then.
Nothing wrong with that. As you see, the boys are slowly lining up side by side, so we're looking very close to restarting very shortly. Barney with the yellow flag.
Yeah, we're just on the back stretch, so we'll be waiting for that to tick over.
As I said, safety car is still out there. It's holding the high line, the safety car, which is very interesting. No, to be on the high line, not in the middle.
Buffer says open versus fixed in turns will be a big difference from being able to get on the throttle and speed. That's exactly right. You know, obviously the opens will be set up and geared towards that. The fixed guys just have to deal with what's presented to them.
Definitely correct, but I see Mickey locking P6 or P7 at the moment. That's actually a good start for him as well.
And the Blundell boys, they've been running nose to tail the whole race so far, and they're jumped up into P8 and P9.
Yeah, they just need a bit of luck, these Blundell boys. They're a bit unlucky last week in general.
Yeah, that's correct. Getting ready for the restart, I believe, are we? There it is. There's the green flag. Oh, Barney
just pulled it out. He's a happy man, isn't he?
Oh, Barney. Love Barney.
And he's second now. And off he goes again.
And Holdsworth and Gray leading the field. And Robertson, Walsh and Mello. Oh, what happened to one of the Blundell boys? He must have missed the start. He's dropped down a couple of positions there. The Bono back up into P11. But Holdsworth, look at him. Look at him. He's already starting to extend straight away from the restart.
Just imagine how much speed that man has.
Ah, incredible.
I should see Tyrone Rolls in P4, and this man is a danger dark horse.
A danger dark horse.
Oh mate, the amount of times I see him on the track, and he just surprisingly creep up the field out of nowhere. He can, he can finish really well, and hopefully tonight's the night. As you see, Connor Nixon currently in P6, so he's going to be working as hard as possible to get back up on the grid after that incident. With Dylan De Bono behind Mallow as well, so yeah, once again these fixed boys are mixing up a bit. They're not in the top 4, but there's 4 of them in the top 10, so that's good to see.
Yeah, Robertson leading the way with the fixed guys. But yeah, Holdsworth and Gray and Rob, they're just starting to stretch out now. Let's see if Gray and Rob can stay with Holdsworth. We've got De Bono up into P8 now. He's starting to change places with Mello there. Kyle Ridley right behind them, so he's going to want to try and follow through.
Good to see Connor Nixon just picked a spot as well, so he got up to P5 as well. So we see Tyrone Rolls at the back of Rob, and well, the good thing is for Rob and Rolls now, they are a bit more closer to Dylan Gray and also Holdsworth as well, so they'll be able to stick in the draft and make sure that they put a bit of pressure of these boys ahead of them.
That's a great run there by Walsh. He's going to sit there, he's going to do a bit of fuel saving, I guess. He's just going to stay there in the draft and save a little bit of fuel.
And not just that, it's tyre management as well, to make sure you don't overwork the tyres. Smart play from him.
Yes, very much so. You know, he's up towards the pointy end, so no sense trying to do overtakes and whatnot at this stage. Just think of the race distance and work towards that. Yeah, Bono up into P6 now.
Yeah, gained the lead for the fixed, and Robertson and Ridley is still behind. Same thing with Mello as well. So
Ridley,
he hit the wall, did he?
Is it Ridley or Nixon? Might have been Nixon that tagged the wall. One of the boys tagged it.
Okay.
Got a major red light right in front.
Yeah, it looks like Nixon just fell a bit behind. And that allowed Dylan to creep up as well. So yeah, I think Dylan will want to make sure that Honda's not too damaged and hold a bit more pace on his car. And so see, he's in the red banner, but we all believe he is supposed to be in the blue banner, so we'll try and get that fixed for next time he's out on the track. As we see...
Loss of velocity on the red one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's correct, that's right. Nice move there by Dylan. Use the draft to the best effect.
The Che under a bit of pressure from the Blundell boys.
The Che's another one to watch out for. If you remember last week, Jason Holdsworth was saying, he gives Che a big rap. So, Che's a bit of a sleeper as well. Let's see how he comes through the field.
Yeah, he definitely is. We see Dylan Gray just 1 second behind the lead at the moment, but he's doing a good job as well for the SLM boys. They're actually 2 in the top 4, so I think Griffith is very happy with that at the moment.
Ah, very much so, very much so. And we have Rob and Walsh there slowly closing that gap there to Gray, and they'll get there, and they might create a little bit of a pack. And what's going on there with Jason coming down?
Yeah, it's coming down a bit there.
Big news coming out of the Gray household this weekend too. Young Dylan Gray's got his provisional racing licence on track. So well he did actually achieve his P licence. So well on to Dylan Gray on that. Hell of an achievement.
Good on you, Dylan. Absolutely, absolutely. These guys who decide to go racing in real life, they have a lot more courage than I do. I get scared going through a roundabout, yet these guys do corners at 200 kilometres an hour.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that, Dougy, nothing wrong with that. As you see, Julian Mookie is out there on the field, a little bit further behind where he would rather be, but as we saw last week, he stuck with it and got to the candy at the end.
And Walsh and Roberts closed right up on Gray now, so let's see if they form a pack.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting here to see if Tyrone can get past Rolls, but no, not Rolls and Rob.
Well, Tyrone's just still staying there in position, and as we talked about before, I think he's just doing a bit of fuel save, bit of tyre management, and just riding in the draft nicely, and that's just helping them all move forwards a little bit.
As long as he doesn't lose too much time to his teammate doing great, those two can fit together and do a fair bit of strategy work as well, so that can put into play, because we're lap 14 out of 60, and these boys here doing a really good job to keeping it clean.
They are, absolutely. But Jason Holdsworth just still extending that lead just little bit by little bit. He's out to 1.6 at the moment. De Bono up into P5 now. He's overtaken Nixon. Wonder if Nixon had a little moment or not.
Yeah, he's struggling to keep up with De Bono. He's fallen back over a second, so I think he got a bit of damage as well. So
yeah, I wouldn't have expected him to fall back that much. But yeah, I'm thinking he might have just grazed the outside wall at some stage, perhaps. And Kyle
Ridley's his teammate just passed him, and I think Robertson's all over Nixon as well at the back.
Yeah.
He's looking to overtake him.
Damage.
As we see, I believe as well, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Robertson's supposed to be an open driver as well from memory. And he's showing up as a fixed, so it'd be interesting to see what class he actually is, but from memory he is an open driver.
Open. I'll change it.
Yep. So confirmation he's open, because from memory he did win the open race last week. Right. So he's got a fair bit to work on with Nixon ahead of him, and there's an army behind him at the moment with Che Mallow all over him.
All fixed.
It sounds like Buffer's let a little secret out, saying that Tyrone's like a quiet kid at school. You never underestimate him. So yeah, let's see how Tyson go. I think he's running a very smart race at the moment.
I think someone threw the black cat into Tyrone's car. He's just had a bit of a torrid run luck-wise. Hasn't had the best of luck, but hopefully that'll start to shift around. And again, on the back of Darren Robb, will really give him a good insight into where he's placed in the car and all that kind of stuff, as Darren is now part of the Nitro team, so we all know how good Jace is, and we heard last week about Che being a good driver as well. So again, good pedigree out of that team. So sitting there for Tyrone and just watching the back of Rob's car, definitely not a bad idea.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Well, I'm having a talk about Tyrone Roberts. His teammate said, I took the black cat out and put it in my car, so...
Buffer, I think he shared that black cat around. At some stage, we've all had those issues where you just go through a period where nothing goes right. A car will spin in front of you, you'll have a spin, you'll have an incident, and it will happen for a while. But it always turns around, and I think tonight Tyrone's turned that around. He's gotten rid of that black cat.
You see Mickey on the screen right now, another SLM boy as well. He goes out there for fun. I love racing against him. Very good to see him back on track. Not just only for the NasTrucks, but he has joined us on the Wednesday and Friday nights as well. So it's good to see him out there having a bit of fun with the boys.
Yep, definitely. So it seems like Connor Nixon's been able to stop the slide. He's just running consistently now in P8 with Julian right behind him, and Mello running up in P10.
We just get a nice view of Julian just running down the inside.
About Connor Nixon again. But look who's behind him. Che. Che is one that Jason Holdsworth said you got to watch out for. So I'll be keeping my eye on Che throughout tonight. Yeah, the Blundell boys and Gilbert and Broker be right behind them.
I like what Jay said about Che last week, is that they've been inducing like long runs, so like at the moment these boys have been going on for 12 laps, and if the race continues going on, it kind of plays more into his hand because he's a bit more experienced with the time management and stuff like that, and the work with the team as well, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. As we see, just been overtaken from Griffiths, but he's still not too far away from the boys in the top 10.
Che Mello, just need a win. I love that on his graphic.
Yeah, that's funny. A little driver profile. For those that are bring that up for people at home. So this is the driver cards down the bottom, folks. Just the little things that the drivers themselves can put in and have on the SDK data. And Che Mello, they keep racing till you win. Just need a win. So a little bit of comedy there and a little bit of a snipe, but you know, it's also a good thing for him to focus on.
That's right. Not only do they have fun in those circumstances too, if you get a close look at some of the cars, they have some, quite some funny sayings there, or some interesting sayings, or, who was it had this side up on the bottom of their car? I can't remember. Someone did.
I know the guys running in the Wednesday night, the virtual esports mentor program, or whatever, that racing team. I know they've got on their number plate. They've got one way's got no problem, and then the other side's got problem, and it's upside down. So if it was flipped over, you can see the problem is upside down. So it's just little things like that. But then you've also got people like Michael Arlett and John Fillinger have actually got the mission statement from the Veterans Gaming Australia. They've actually got that on top of the roof, which is actually a really cool thing as well. You know,
it is very much so.
So it's really cool that you get to have the liveries customised to how you want, whether it be through a sponsor or just your own branding or anything like that. So really cool.
Yeah, and I'm actually very excited to see that Veteran Gaming Australia is here with John, and being ex-Navy myself, it's something that's dear and near to my heart, and I hope to see more of their drivers come along and join the series and represent such a great little organisation.
It's actually funny because I saw the banter between you and our race director, Mr. Peter Baxter. I saw the conversation. That's not exactly stream friendly, but I did see that conversation the other day. And
unless you want to change the rating from PG to mature audiences only, we'll just leave that one right there.
But it was, again, that's all that we have in CFR is just that good little family banter. It's
that's right.
It's a good little poke at each other and having a bit of fun.
It is. So we see Kyle's been able to take over the lead now for the fixed, and DeBono right behind him. If DeBono's going to be smart, he will just sit right behind Kyle and bring his tyres back down from temp a little bit and save a little bit of fuel and just keep running with Kyle. Kyle's obviously very capable with his car, and it'd be a great opportunity for Dylan to keep moving up the field.
Ironically enough, 3 corners, we're in 1/3 the race distance.
No, it's going pretty good. Yeah.
He's like, mate. That was easy. Like, oh, geez, sign me up. Where do I do this? Where do I do this commentating thing?
No, I've run out of things to say now. I'm going to start googling jokes.
Saying that was Kyle Ridley just moving up on the field for P5 as well as we see Mark Grocott on the field on the screen. Last week, Kyle showed that he could last with his tyres for so long and keep such good pace. So I think that at the moment, just going on and on and on, he's going to start outclassing the likes of DeBono and maybe a couple of others that just cannot, maintain a good temperature in the tyres. And I think this really comes into Ridley's hand. He's very experienced in long endurance races, and this is working out for him.
Very much so.
Let's not hit ourselves either. Like Jason Holdsworth last at 56.08. Kyle Ridley's last lap was a 56.32. 2 different cars in 2 different sectors of the track, but they're still running almost similar lap time. So again, as you're saying, Tyler, it's just about tyre management and being able to just keep the tyres underneath you. And look, we know he's good at that. He does it in just about everything he races. So, I expect just to see him maybe get closer to Tyrone and Darren, but I'm not quite sure over the long run whether it'll actually help him or not. But again, the fact that Pocono is a bigger circuit, it's a bit more flowy, as we can see almost 5 lines there just down the front stretch.
Well, you'd expect it to be a bit more forgiving with the tyres, and currently we have Kyle running about 3 seconds behind Walsh. So, the open setup boys are obviously running from P1 through to 4 at the stage, and when would you guys be expecting the first round of pit stops to come up? Obviously we had the incident before and some of the lads jumped in to do a top-up. Personally I would be expecting around the midway point, try to get the best out of tyres from both runs.
Yeah,
I'm interested.
Yeah, go on, Tyler.
Honestly, it's going to be interesting because a few of the boys did pit onto the safety cars, so in their eyes, yeah, they're the ones laughing because they know that when they're going to do the pit stop, it's going to be shorter compared to the others that stayed out there. So
That's right.
yeah, I was thinking roughly the lap 35 where you start to see a possibility of where the game of chicken comes in and see who's going to be the first to bite, because they keep it nice and clean, and hopefully they're not all safety cars, and that will come up with a strategy which would be good to see.
Yeah, I'd say 35 to 40 personally, with just what we've seen with other races. Unless we get a safety car, some might be banking on that late race safety car. They might be trying to, squeeze a pit stop to get on the freshest rubber as late as possible. But the way things are looking, I'm not quite sure we're going to get that. So maybe 35, 40.
I'd say Bryce Maddings would be hoping for a safety car. He's a couple of laps down at the moment, and he would be looking forward to that lucky dog if it did come around.
Look at Jace's view here. That beautiful sky, just cruising around.
He's just doing a Sunday afternoon drive by the looks of it.
Yeah. I looked outside his window.
Yeah, he's just now extended his lead out to 4 seconds. I mean, the man's on fire.
Make sure everything's nice and clean. Yeah, it all looks good, eh?
He likes his red and black racing suit. How's his helmet look tonight, Rob?
Good question.
No, that would be interesting, that, yeah.
There's his helmet.
That's a nice looking helmet. That's a nice looking helmet.
Very much so. Very much so. So he's brought the outside inside with the way his helmet is, and the top of his race suit as well. Yeah, very slick. Very nice.
That's the one thing I'm definitely not asking from the team manager is helmet and suit paintwork, because he's already put too much effort into the cars alone. I'll be happy with the iRacing default. But no, it's good to see the creativity that the boys do, not just the boys, the girls as well, putting into just their car, but also the outfit as well, which is cool to see.
Well, look, some of these things, it's about pride and personality, I mean, it reflects who they are, and, you see some which are quite funny. Let's take Pete Baxter, for example, the crash test dummy helmet. I mean, that's a good laugh every time I see that. But then you have guys like Jason, where he's just really integrated with the way that his livery looks on the outside and he's brought it on the inside.
Definitely correct with that. I see Buffer, I need to win a CFR race first before I get a customised suit and helmet. Maybe, yeah. Mate, maybe.
Buffer, you actually have to be on track to win a race, mate.
Ouch. Ouch. The bird before. I'll send some ice your way, Buffer.
Yeah, there you go. It seems like the Bono's doing what I was thinking he might do. He's just still tucked up there behind Kyle, and he's just running in the tow and saving a little bit of fuel and keeping his tyres under management. So, yeah, I think he's looking pretty good at the moment. Both running P1 and P2 in the fixed series.
It's good to see the boys are slowly creeping up together. All Buffos are.
Yeah, no way you're getting into my meds, mate. They're my good lollies, not yours.
Buffer, I need back meds too, mate. I'm very happy to share, as you know.
He's not going to share the walking stick and wheelchair, though.
Oh, look, if he needs it, he can have access to it.
No, what Buffer needs is ointment, mate. That's what he needs, some ointment.
As soon as you said that, instantly to come to mind was the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz.
We'll go that way. You'll go down that pathway. It's safer for strength.
Is that really showing my age? Oh dear. No. Well, Blunt's still running quite well up there in P10. He's been quite consistent there for a while. Which brother is that one?
That's Tim. No, we've got Brian on screen and Timo's up there in the light blue. Yeah, okay. Tim's in that one.
Yeah, no, he's running quite consistent tonight.
They've been very good. Just these boys obviously were just careful and nice and clean, and unfortunately a few are struggling because of damage, but as we looking at a few boys going through the field with Bryce Maddings at the moment.
Good on you, Buffer. Good on you. If only you had a heart. you're showing your age too, young man.
No, I can't see it. What are the lines from the line? What do you call it?
Now you're showing your age.
No, I'm not that old, mate. I'm not that old. They came out in cinemas when you were around, mate.
Oh dear. Yes. So who we got? So Julian, how's Julian going? So you just
Josh.
cut from P8. Oh yeah, I saw that.
Josh just went a bit of a wriggle, which allowed Shay and his teammate Julian Mookie to chance to overtake. His teammate took it, but hey,
Looks like
took
Josh
it
might
as
be
well.
coming down to pits.
Yeah, first to bite the bullet. Like 30.
Yep. Josh has decided it's time to come in.
But he didn't box
Change
on
the
that
tyres.
first safety car, so 35.40 might be the number.
That's right. So that's why I was thinking around about the halfway mark for the tyres. You know, you're getting the average spread of the tyre life throughout the race.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
definitely
Dougy.
correct.
I've got to go down this pathway. I can't let that comment from Semi-K go. He goes great
what's he
commentary,
said?
great banter in the commentary. Mate,
Yes.
I reckon we should have like a retiree day. You know, you and Sammy in the box together for commentating.
Yeah. I'd love that. That would
Just
fun.
you and Sammy
No?
in the box to run the show, run it all for the night.
Oh, yes. And Pete Baxter.
Oh no, no, I can't
Sammy-
set the age appropriate rating if you bring Pete in. I'm sorry.
That's fair enough. Look, Sammy is really the elder gentleman of the series, I believe. How old are you now, Sammy?
Older
You're
than
certainly
you, mate.
older than me, so you really should have the moniker of Grandpa. I'm very happy to pass that baton on to you.
Let me put my glasses on. Oh, man.
Sammy K,
Don't we
never
love
short
that?
of a good banter.
No,
I'll
that's
have you
all right.
around.
That's all right. Yep.
Hey,
absolutely.
Tyrone's fallen off the back of Darren Robb yet. Darren Robb's
Yes.
on the back of Dylan Gray, so quite sure whether that's a strategic play there or whether Tyrone's literally just on a tyre run now. His last lap was 57.24. Darren was 56.69, so there's definitely a speed difference. So whether he's had a bit of a bump on the wall or
I'd say more
something like
likely
that.
he's had a bit of a bump on the wall. He's been very consistent tonight running behind Rob, and
Darren's showing the nose.
Here comes Darren now.
Ooh. Backed out there. Backed out. A little bit early
it's a
for mine,
different line. Different line. See, Darren's down low. Dylan was sort of up mid-track, so it's just that different line. Doug was talking about before. You can kind of hold a little bit more mid to high track, but you also work your tyres a lot more too. So you had Dylan drop down the bottom. So it's just the different lines that they're taking to navigate it with.
Look, can we talk about Jason Holdsworth here? He's now extended that lead out to 5 seconds.
And
He's coming into the pits now, so yeah, pretty well on the mark. Get some fresh rubber and fuel up for the rest of the race.
Darren Robb's
Yeah,
the last pass.
I'd be expecting quite a few to be coming in now.
Well, as we know, Darren obviously just creep behind Gray for a couple laps there, but
Connor Nixon's in the pits. Could be a smart move from Connor there. You know, he's running back towards the rear of the field a little bit, and if there is an incident, you know, he's going to be able to catch right back up to these guys.
Yeah, it's an interesting strategy. Obviously, the field is slowly getting separated. Of course, there's a couple of drivers out there that did pit earlier once the safety car came out, but obviously the rest of them that are pitting now didn't go in at first. So we're really interested to see how much time a few of the drivers can gain, as you know, from everyone else. To be honest.
Yeah, well, I guess they have to bring their tyres in nice and easily, you know. I mean, they go out going so hard, so fast. Bring the tyres up to tap and just have a good race pace.
Yeah, they all are in the pit lane now.
Yes.
Looks like Rob has tried to put an overcut on the boys. Julian Mookie, I think he might have the outright lead at the moment. He does.
No, Bono
Bono
does.
does.
I don't know. I mean, put it open. Put it open.
Oh, for the open,
Put
yes.
it open, yeah.
Yes.
Well, Dylan's still out there, so
But he did pit on that safety car.
yeah.
Don't forget how long was he running? Right up behind Kyle.
That's right.
And he also saved a lot of fuel there too, plus also his tyres. So, you know, he pitted under that first safety car. He's going to be able to extend. Now, think about when he does have to come into pit, how much shorter that is going to be compared to the other cars who are pitting now.
Well, here we go. We'll see if he makes the dive. He looks like he is. He is going to pit lane. Yeah. He is going to pit lane. Pocono in.
Oh, bring it in. Bring it in.
So definitely no, he's not risking the undercut from the boys behind him as Chilean. He's took the lead.
Back he goes around again, so he should be in this next lap as well, but that's going to give a big advantage to Jace Holdsworth.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Out there on fresh tyres now, we know how much, you know, how great his pace has been tonight. He looks untouchable.
I think he's got a 10-second lead in front of Dylan Gray, so he's obviously done a very awesome job in the pits compared to others. They might have just missed their marker or made a mistake somewhere. So the grid is just shuffling everywhere at the moment. You've still got Griffith and Mookie who haven't had their round of pit stops yet. The time home for a battle.
This is
resumed
with Darren Robb.
Yep. Yeah, like he fell back and Darren Robb, and now he's right on his bumper. That is a good recovery from him. So
he's been behind that car for so long tonight. He could see the pixels in that paintwork.
He's already got the number and booked within 275, so he's already got a hairdresser's appointment booked. He's been that close.
Good on him.
And actually, funny story with that, 275 is actually a barber, Dougy, just around the corner from me. Here in
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct, yes. For those of you that don't know, there's a few of us guys who found out not too long ago that we all live relatively close together. Rob was commenting one night and saw my driver profile and worked out that I live just over the road.
Literally,
pretty
yeah.
well. Yeah, and then Darren Robb just lives just down the road. So
also,
if anyone else lives in the Moreton Bay area up here in Brisbane, give us a shout out, say hello.
Yeah, well, also found out that a previous commentator from another league also lives literally the next block over. So
that would be Andrew Cowan, yes,
that would
that's
be
correct.
Mr. Cowan, yeah.
Yeah. He actually does some music gigs as well, and he's played the local hotel just up the road here, which is like a 5-minute walk away from me. So next time he's doing that, I'm going to go up and say hello.
I've got to say, you boys are fortunate, mate. If you're that close to a pub, 5-minute walk, you save money on taxi, Memphis.
Well, the trouble is, Tyler, I don't drink.
We might not have walked there, mate, but we ain't walking home.
All right, I'll lend you my scooter.
Oh,
That's like a plan.
I think, no, I'd get the missus or someone to come pick me up, to be honest. It wouldn't even be safe on a scooter. I'd still find a way to hurt myself.
In some of the stories I've heard of people with scooters, like I've got to hop on in Northern Territory in Darwin, there's scooters everywhere, so you just hop on and ride along to where you need to go.
Is this the electric ones?
Yeah, they're good fun, man. But they're pretty scary going downhill, and I don't really trust the brakes. I think half of them don't have brakes. So,
I'm not lying, some of those ones scare me. I see them out in the road, and these guys aren't holding back. They look like they're doing 70 kilometres an hour. They are flying, absolutely flying.
See, Sammy's got it. 5-minute walk to the pub, 35-minute walk from the pub. The difference is staggering.
The difference is staggering. Right. Oh, dear. Sammy, you got to come join us next Monday night. We have Wolfer saying Holdsworth looks like less fuel or right side only to extend the lead by 5 seconds in the pit. So, as possible, he might have only just taken right hand side tyres.
51.43 for Holdsworth, 54.68 for Gray, 52.62 for Walsh, 52.13 for Rob, 52 flat for Kyle Ridley, 51.15 for DeBono.
Right.
So just a bit of a rough idea.
Yeah. Seems like a couple of these guys have their thinking heads on, and yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if they did only take right hand side only.
And 22 laps to go, boys.
Yeah.
Good to see. Almost 2/3 in.
Thank
all
God it's
over.
almost over.
It's all over by the shouting. Yeah, that's right. We'll be.
I can start shouting if you want.
We'll take the 5-0 walk down the pub. Shouldn't say that.
Oh, we have the Blundell boys back up in the P8 and P10 now. They've been good tonight, they have. They've just been consistent. Nice, consistent running.
I can see Tim just overtook Che Mello for P7, so
Yeah, sure
he's
did.
made a good position change there.
How's our good friend Mickey Lock going tonight? Where's he running? He's running
Mickey
down in
Lock is
P15 at the
about
moment.
15. Yep, he's sitting on the back of Joshua Robinson right now.
He's the one that he's got something to go with. You'll be looking at it.
Absolutely. The battle from top 5 is really close. Not going to lie, boys. That's actually, sorry, second through
Through
four,
P5.
because there's nothing between Darren Robb, Tyrone Walsh and Dylan Gray. So now Tyrone currently up in the P3 on the back of Dylan Gray. So these two really need to work together.
Well, you have to throw Kyle Ridley in there as well. He's right on their tail.
He's now, he's joined a little combat. So again, Darren Robb and Kyle Ridley could work together, and Tyrone Walsh and Dylan Gray could work together. They could actually maybe hunt down Jace, but they've got to work together.
Yeah. When would you expect to start getting a toe in these? How far behind? A second?
Probably
A second and a half?
Probably between a second and a half, yeah. Probably about 1.1,
Okay.
1.2, somewhere like that. Could be a good,
So it looks like,
good
yeah, I was
benefit.
going to say, it looks like Dylan's just about there, and if he can tag back again on the back of our car, we're going to have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5-car battle pack there.
Yeah, he's only a couple of tenths, so he's about 1.4 back now, so he won't get any benefit from that at all. He
Not at
does
this
need to
stage.
get a little bit more into that 1.2 range. If he can get about 1.2, he will
he'll
have a
start getting the
5-car
benefit.
battle there. So 1.3
Yeah.
now. He's just getting a little bit back, then he loses a little bit. So it's that's the advantage that those 4 boys in front have got. They can punch through the air a little bit easier. But he is
That's
getting
right,
a little
yes.
bit, 1.3 now, so he's sort of in there. He will
He
get
seems
to
to
it.
make up that, it seems to make up that little bit just on entry, but then loses it again just on exit.
So he's 1.27 now, so he might just be starting to feel the benefit of it.
So that's gonna be a very, very good battle pack once Dylan does, if he can, range up to the rear of Kyle there. All very, very good drivers, and I'm not sure they can do much about Jason. I'd say that's kind of done and dusted with 19 to go. But the battle for P2 and P3, I think it's just starting to heat up now.
So Dylan DeBono will now start to feel that effect. He'll start seeing that now. The visual gap will definitely drop back. And about 1.24, so he'll definitely be starting to be like, yep, I can just start to feel this happening now. So again, he'll be probably another lap and a half, 2 laps before he's pretty much in the thick of the draft. But we'll have to see how he goes. Keep our eyes on it. But the battles, yeah, look at this.
Yeah, P7
Yeah, almost
down
4
to
cars in the
P9.
screenshot.
Yeah. And P7 down to P9 with Blundell, Mello and Mookie. They're all running relatively close together as well.
Yeah, joined in there in P9. About 1.5 off the back of Che, and Che's only 0.3 off the back of Tim, so...
Jim, yes.
It's good to see the boys nice and close in racing tonight. I know Chase is all there by himself at the moment on another planet, but the battle is not over for P2 because
Dylan DeBono sorry, mate. Dylan DeBono is fully in that draft now, 1.1. So,
He's
as you
definitely
went
catching.
yeah, no, I was going to say the battle for P2 is going to be wide open, 18 to go, and most likely 5 cars in for the battle. So we might once again see an opportunity for a fixed driver, either Ridley or DeBono, to finish on the podium tonight.
yeah, the outright podium would be good for either of these 2 boys. We've got Woofer in the chat saying Tyrone? You mean Tyrone? is playing rear gunner, so again, playing the team game here and just making it a little bit difficult. This helps Dylan DeBono though, because these boys battling, we're going to slow them up. So Kyle now trying to send up the inside of Darren Robb is going to basically pull those 2 cars back a little bit. So this could work in there.
And it's good to see the SLM boys up there tonight in P2 and P3 battling out with Rob as well. Nice and close there. Tyrone, I don't know if you felt that or not, but that would be very, very uncomfortable there for Darren Bonnet to make contact with him.
I think Darren knows he's playing the team game here, so he's going to try and upset this little rhythm.
And that was going to be a question I was going to ask you guys. When do you think they'll really start jockeying for position? Obviously, we all know that the run on the final lap is extra important, and they all want to be in the prime position to be able to do that, don't they?
Well, I guess the issue will come down to tyre quality, and if they feel like they can make the run later in the race. So we now see Pocono right on the back of this as well. If your tyres are good near that last little bit, you probably want to be at the back, not at the front, because if the guys at the back will have the advantage. They will get the draft, they'll be able to use that on an exit, or Ridley with little wiggle there, they'll get the better run off the corner, so they'll get into the draft and they'll use it. So if you're up the front, unless you're 11 seconds ahead of the pack, you probably don't want to be in this pack. Let's say that.
I would say that Jason would just about be able to stop for a cappuccino at this stage and still win the race.
He can probably just swing by and drop me off a latte. I'll enjoy that.
I mean, what an amazing drive tonight from him. He is obviously fully tuned with this car. He knows how to run it. He just seems to be a class above at this stage tonight. And the fight's on for P2 and P3. You'd have to say that P1 is done and dusted.
You wouldn't think that he didn't race the last 2 weeks. Well, haven't been doing any racing at all, because obviously it was commitment. And just to come out tonight and just blow the competition away, that's just a fair effort from him as well.
Oh, 100%, 100%. It's something that you would expect to see more on a road course compared to an oval. And once again, that just goes to show how well he's performed tonight.
Yeah, definitely correct on that. I think he was very happy not to race at Mid-Ohio, to be honest, from our understanding.
I wish I didn't race at Mid-Ohio as well.
Oh dear.
Oh, man.
For saying this is why Holdsworth is road to pro. Well, yeah, absolutely true. He's got an 11-second lead. It's something I certainly didn't expect to see tonight in tonight's race. Someone just having such a clear and just a clear lead over the rest of the group. It's very impressive.
Definitely correct on that. As you see Darren Robb on screen, trying to pull Dylan Gray back. Dylan slowly just lost a second on Holdsworth, so unless if a safety car happens in the last second, or a big massive mistake from Holdsworth, I think these boys here know that they're just going to be fighting for P2 at the moment.
That's right. Oh, who ran up wide a bit there? Dylan? No, that was
Tyrone Walsh is up against the wall.
Tyrone went a bit wide.
Behind Dylan the runner. Just watching this battle, 13 to go. This is close.
I thought then that they were going to start running as teammates, and start doing the leapfrog. One down the straight to punch the air and allow the other. That's how they do on the cycling tracks. And that was very close. That was a swap of paint right there.
I reckon that the mini trucks are a little bit more green on the front end of it. Yeah.
And we have SLM versus Velocity versus Vermilion right here, folks.
It's good to see these boys competing it out. Like I said, it's good to see the likes of Olsen, De Bono, up there battling against Ridley. We've seen he is the champion, of course.
Dylan's trying to make the move. With 12 laps to go, I think he wants to try and get back up to Robin Gray. I think he's realising that laps are starting to run out and they're starting to lose that toe there. So, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what's going on. This is very similar to Paul Walsh. He did fall off a little bit in the last stint at the end of it, and very similar at the moment. But hopefully he can recover. We see Darren Robb has caught up with Dylan Gray and just all over him now. He's done the right thing.
I would expect Darren's going to play this very smart. I'd say he's just going to sit behind Gray, just to stay in the tow, keep his tyres fresher than what Dylan's is, and with a few laps left to go, he'll make the move.
Not just that, Dylan Gray, I see his teammate, he's about to overlap his teammate, so he would be hoping to use a bit of draft off him as well to keep Darren Robb behind. That is... I don't know, that was very close there, very close.
And Bill was thinking Tyrone has burned up his tyres, and could be true, but sitting back there behind the Bono and Ridley now, he might have the chance to cool them down a little bit for the final run.
Yeah, addition can happen, like we said, all it takes is one mistake from two drivers and you got yourself a second chance.
Absolutely.
You can see Darren Robb just looking at the back of Dylan Gray. 10 laps to go. Dylan Gray was the winner of our week one race, and obviously looking for a good position for another podium, but I think Darren Robb wants a bit more. He wants a bit of redemption. He hadn't had as much luck last week or the week before.
Here he goes.
Thought about
He's
it.
showing the nose.
He thought about it.
And just looking down the order a little bit there for P7, 8 and 9, they are nose to tail. Nose to tail. We've got Che Mello, Julian Mookie and Tim Blundell.
Riding on board with Timmy now. Timmy's actually the one who did the CFR livery, so if you see any of the directors running the CFR cars are actually done by this man on screen now. Mr. Blundell.
That's good. Yeah, it's good to see the boys around the community helping everyone out. Without them, we wouldn't be here right now. So, obviously, a big thank you to everyone that's involved. Just every little bit counts. That allows us, obviously, to, come out 5 nights a week to race. I think that's awesome.
Absolutely, 100%. It seems like Dylan made the right call. He's been able to close that gap back up again to Rob. Going to be well and truly in the tow, and they're all going to start lining themselves up now and jockeying for position with 9 laps to go for the P2 and P3.
Darren Robb just did a little bump draft.
Too faster! We're catching up the first, aren't we?
No, they're 12 and a half seconds, nearly 13 seconds away from Jace Holdsworth. We'll give that man some screen value. Mr. Jason Holdsworth, absolutely destroying it there tonight in the cracking run. Good to see.
Up to almost 13-second lead.
You can see the boys fighting in the background there, just as they come on the front straight.
It just reminds me of a bit of Telegated Nights. Have you guys seen that movie? And how the old Frenchman just having a cup of tea while he's driving out with first. That little deja vu, I think.
I think Darren's got the pace. I don't think he's prepared just to show it just yet.
No. He's just sitting there. He's just sitting there. He's biding his time. And Dylan and Kyle are going to get right up on the back of gear.
Hey, Buffer, that's the first time we've had 3 SLM cars on the screenshot, mate. What's going on? He'll have fun at me tomorrow night. I'm sure when he comes in the box, he'll have a poke at me for that one.
But we can't forget tonight either, guys, that we actually have 2 races in one here. We have P2 and P3 fighting for second in the open setups, and we have the Bono and Ridley in the fixed fighting for P1 and P2 in the fixed series.
Hopefully we get a chance to chat to Bono tonight, because we can just drop the subtle hint that it's awfully hard to tell what class he's in without the banners on.
Yes. I'd love to interview Dylan. I'd give him some stick, I'll tell you that right now.
Oh. Dylan Bono, you got to stay on the podium, my dude. I want to hear Dougy give you a fair old whack with a cane. That's
running him down wide.
I don't know.
Close. Carl wants to make the move.
Quite sure you want to be doing that at late stages with 7 laps to go now.
Dylan just needs to still just sit behind. That's what I do. I just sit behind. I wouldn't be fighting now. I wouldn't be trying to burn through my tyres, and I'd just be keeping it for the last couple of laps.
I think knowing Kyle, yeah, okay, a little bit of bump and run, but he knows that if he can get into the head of Dylan, Dylan will burn up his tyres, and it plays into his hand. Kyle's just playing the game so well right now, just a bit of mind tricks here and there, and just, you know, as you see there, just trying to stick the nose out just to make Dylan pick a different line that he doesn't want to be in.
That's
not
right.
forget,
Show you those.
They're
Exactly.
also getting back to Darren Rod and Dylan Gray here as well, so don't
That's
count
right.
them just out yet, boys. Don't count them out just yet.
No, I mean, Dylan's only 0.6 behind Darren, you know, so they're well and truly in the toe.
They're all on the top of Dylan Gray, so Dylan Gray's done an amazing job to stay up front with this pack right behind him since the pit stop. So
You see that slide done by Rob?
yeah, I did see that, and it's put him alongside. Oh, door to door,
Close.
door to door, but he's taken the spot away from Dylan Gray, so Darren might feel he's got the pace to pull away now.
Well, he'd also be looking at the two guys coming up behind him, so he'd be wanting to, you know, if he does have the tyres underneath him, he'd be wanting to try and extend that lead over them a little bit too.
Yeah, but what you
We've got
don't...
5 laps.
Go on, Phil.
So 5 laps to go as well, final 5 laps, so this is going to be very interesting to see if, you know, Darren Rob wants to take the lead.
Oh, DeBona hit the wall.
Oh, no! Oh, no!
Oh, jeez. That's safety
5
car
laps to
too.
go.
That will be a safety car.
What happened there, Rob?
Let's
That's a
have a
bit
look.
bizarre there.
What looks... Oh,
Oh,
that's-
big net
that's-
code there.
I'm not sure that
And
that's
very unlucky
unfortunate.
there.
Very
That
unfortunate.
That was a good battle too, but they didn't need to be side by side. They didn't need to be fighting because that was only going to drag Kyle Ridley and Dylan DeBono back in. But
That's right, yep.
that's
yep,
now
that's
given
right.
DeBono and Ridley a shot here at a podium. Dylan DeBono is currently P3 outright, but Kyle Ridley's not going to give it away as easy as that, and that's going to bring everyone back to Jace Holdsworth too.
Yeah. There's
sadly-
not many people. There's not many people that I wouldn't want behind me, but one of them I would really hate to have behind me would be Kyle Ridley. He is an excellent driver. He's tenacious. His
a
racecraft is really good. And Dylan DeBono is a pest as well. He will tap on your bumper bar all night long just to say hello.
They're like the very young version of Craig Lowndes who used to do it IRL. He used to just sit there and just rattle away on the rear bumper all race. And it was just the smiling assassin they used to call him. But that was crazy.
Lansy was my favourite.
He's
Love
good.
Lansy.
Good driver.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
it's funny when you see the boys do that.
So what does Jason do now? I mean, he's going to have the whole
Well-
filled up right behind him.
I mean, we're second caution with 4 laps to go, so I don't think Jace really needs to do too much at this point.
So how would the race finish? So
I just
there we have a car running through the safety car. It just shot me for a little bit.
Potential green white checkers and all.
I think it could be, yeah, it could be a potential green white checker. Oh, there goes.
That's what I thought it would have been.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be the case. The sad part is, at this late stage, I don't think anyone in the top 4 has really got the tyres. And anyone outside of that doesn't have the pace. So I think they're all in about the same sort of situation. They're all going to be struggling to hold on to these rear tyres. So we'll have to see what happens.
I'm going to say this right now, and I think there's going to be a shake in the top 3 because, and I don't want to pinpoint it, but Dylan did hit the wall just before the safety car came out. We did see Connor Nixon struggle with a bit of damage from hitting the wall, so it would be interesting to see how much damage he has and if that affects him a lot, which allowed the likes of Ridley and Rolls. And not just that, there's also got Rob and Ricky behind as well. They might take advantage of it.
Well,
And just going back to what Rob was saying before, you'd probably like to be about 3 or 4 cars back to get that run, wouldn't you?
Well, let's not forget, they're going to be 2 by 2. So you're going to have Jace Holdsworth leading Dylan DeBono, and then you're going to have Dylan Gray leading Kyle Ridley. So again,
Yes.
you're gonna see, I think, a bit of that bump draft come into play as they try and just squeeze and push, and that can then generally breed another incident. So
That's right. And, safety cars do breed safety cars, as we know, and these guys are fighting for position. They're fighting for the 3 top steps of the race tonight. So they're definitely not going to be holding back.
To be honest, I think these boys did an awesome job tonight. Only 2 safety cars, one in the first 6 laps and one in the last 6 laps. Jason Hook has gone
wow.
pit. This is changing strategies here.
That has completely blown my mind. I was not expecting that in the slightest.
So Holdsworth, Ridley, Rob, Mookie, Mello, Blundell, Grocott, Robinson, all in pit lane.
That is bizarre.
Ross Meddings, all in pit lane.
Wow.
That is bizarre.
No, I have certainly learnt something tonight. Yeah, I would not have pitted. not with 3 laps to go, and you're leading the race. Yeah. Okay.
So now,
that looks like he's got a whole set.
Now, gentlemen, dare I say, teammates 1 and 3 on the restart. Same
Excellent.
line.
And 5 as well. 1, 3, 5. Have a look at that.
Yeah,
SLM.
1, 3 and 5.
Yeah, that's correct.
They're all going to be in the one line.
SLM could be on for an awesome result tonight.
If there's 3 drivers in the top 5 right now, they'll be laughing. They'll be so happy with that.
So, tantalising prospect that the 3 cars could really work together here. We have seen this before in NASCAR. We have seen team guys work together and get through there. It is only going to be like a 2 or a 3 lap at most.
Yes, that's right. I mean, Jason Holdsworth is coming out in P6, so he's got 5 cars to get past in 3 laps.
But don't forget, he took full tyres, so he is going to be on the cleanest rubber of this top 5 pack. So he could very well charge through. So.
But, I mean, I wouldn't expect that these tyres are going to achieve any temperature running behind the safety car here, so his first flying lap, it would probably be a little bit sketchy.
Jason Holdsworth's actually up in the P4.
Oh, how did that happen?
That's worked, but okay.
So I think one or 2 of the boys have pitted, or the lucky dogs. If they're lucky dogs, they're going to go back to the back of the grid, potentially.
Mickey Lock's back down now in 11th. So yeah, Tyrone Walsh, big mover and shaker, up 17 spots now, currently in P3. Dylan DeBono up 11 into P2. Tim Blundell up 8 into P8. And Brian Blundell up 7 into P10. Now Mark Brocott's plus 10 into P11, so some big movers. But yeah, new tyres from that second row. That's going to be really hard to beat.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, so it looked like maybe they aimed the game with everyone to go into the pits. If only 1 or 2 drivers have been in, obviously you would have played them full, but when the majority of the field goes in, only 3 stay out, that hurts you.
Let's also not forget, that man was involved and he's currently sitting P5.
That's right.
So he's gotten the luck of the green there.
Sammy said Jason in P4 is going to tear them.
He's going to his drifts with those fresh tyres.
Yeah, I agree with Wolfo and Dylan. Dylan's got to hold the Bono up on the wall.
It's going to be interesting strategy here. I mean, two young guns up the front here. They're pretty young kids.
Well, with SLM 1 and 3 and holding the inside line, I'm thinking they've got the best of it at the moment. But with Jason Holdsworth on fresh tyres just right behind him, here's Barney. He's going to shake his arm off with the green flag.
Here we go.
Big green white check out.
And here we go, 3 laps to go. 3 laps. We have Gray and DeBono in the lead.
Dylan's already gone. As in Dylan Gray. So has he brought his teammate with him? It doesn't look like he has.
No.
Looks like he's left him. And maybe not very well communicated amongst the team there. Maybe they just caught dozing. Here comes Jace Holdsworth on the top side. Watch him come, boys.
With those fresh tyres, he's going to be able to run any line that he wants to run.
He's got the Bono to get past him. He's got to get to Gray, so here he comes. The Bono's kind of playing the defensive game here, which kind of helps Dylan Gray a little bit.
Yes, absolutely.
Yellow.
Oh no.
And that come out before Jason made the pass too, didn't it?
Did.
And you see that he's just redressing there back to Dylan.
Not quite sure. We do have white flag though. But
so they just completed one lap. So they just completed one lap of racing. So what happens in these circumstances now? So we've gone from the green-white checker. We've run one lap.
I think the green-white checker is now. I think the green-white checker will be this time through. But yeah, we are under caution again. Safety car is out. Not seeing what triggered it though.
Yeah, I know for sure. So that last restart was a green-white checker.
No, it's just going to show us.
If the car's been slow.
There was a yellow. Did we see that? Did we see it on the fence there?
Yep.
Yep, we did see it right there. So what's gone on back behind that? I don't know. Oh, here we go. There's something back here. Darren Robb is involved by the looks of this.
Oh
no. No, this is Kyle Ridley. This is involving Kyle Ridley, boys. So let's break this down and have a look. This might be interesting. This might be further back again.
Looks like Kyle's coming in nice and sharp to
trying to find a car. Yeah, there we go. This might be the better view from Che Mello's car.
I can't see it because of the big safety car banner. So what happened there, Rob?
Well, just watching, there really appears to be nothing at this point.
Yeah, everything's happening under the... Oh, there you go.
Oh, here we go.
And it,
Contact.
it looks
again. Is it not?
I don't want to... I don't know. But yeah, that's really unsettled Kyle's car, whatever's happened there. And then he's just had nowhere to go. Che Mello's just nowhere to go.
No.
Nice T-bone.
Yeah,
if you keep following and hop on the Darren, you see what happens next. Bryce,
Bryce
that's
Weddings,
right.
Trying to go up.
So obviously Darren had to check up a bit due to the incident, and Bryce has come down the inside, and
they've tangled. They're just locked together. Yeah,
they have. Oh,
both defensible.
Yep, pretty big impact.
That's
Buffer's asking how many green-white checkers do we get tonight?
No, that's it. That's done.
One and only
Dylan
one.
Gray, Dylan Bono, Jace Holdsworth.
Is that the race over?
Yep.
That's the race over.
So,
only one green-white check, unfortunately.
Dylan DeBono, Che Mello and Mark Brocott are our fixed podium, and Dylan Gray, Jace Holdsworth and Tyrone Walsh are our open podium.
No. Oh, I mean, great result there from DeBono tonight in the fixed. Dylan Gray, I mean, he'd be stoked with getting the P1. I dare say Jason's probably, in hindsight thinking, maybe I shouldn't have taken those tyres. But, you just can't second guess yourself sometimes. You've got to go with what you feel is right, don't you?
That's racing, mate. That's what they come out and do it for. And yeah,
That's
sadly,
right.
It looks like that may not have been the strategy tonight. But hey, look, I mean, again, it puts Dylan Gray at the front of the podium again. So that's good for him on the back of recent races.
Yep,
And,
for sure.
Looks like we will get a chance to chat with Dylan DeBono, mate, so you might be able to give him all the stick you want.
Bring it on. Well, I mean, that the ending to that race was very interesting to me. I still would have thought it would have finished under a green-white checker. I didn't think they would finish under yellow, such as they did. But as you said, that's the way it goes sometimes. And unfortunately, Jason lost out tonight. I mean, he put in a stellar performance tonight, leading the field 11 seconds, 12 seconds. He's probably a little bit gutted, I would say, with the outcome of the race. But, he should still be proud with how he drove tonight.
Oh, absolutely. They all drove astoundingly. We didn't Didn't see a caution for so many laps. It was almost crazy.
It was, yeah. No,
Yeah.
It was good to have the open run. Yeah, really enjoyed that tonight.
Just waiting to get Tyrone Walsh into the... What's he doing? He's out there doing some circles on the front straight. Tyrone, get in the commentary box. We need to talk to you, buddy. We did have Dylan Gray in there as well. What happened there? Right, so we've lost the boys.
Two SLM boys.
Boys making it a little bit hard.
Here you go. Tyrone finally joined us.
Yeah, we need Dylan Gray though. We need him back in the room as well. Telling him now. Oh, unbelievable. All right, we got the first two, so we got a bit of time. We'll bring in Tyrone. We'll have a chat with Tyrone Walsh. Yeah, gentlemen. Tyrone's in the room.
Tyrone's in the room.
Yes, Tyrone. Welcome, mate. Congratulations, P3 tonight. Take us through your evening and how was it?
That was absolutely fantastic for us in the 338 machine tonight. Only just bought the track literally tonight, so probably a little lack of practice probably didn't hurt that much. But we were able to make it stick. We made the strategy work for us, and it was just a fantastic evening. Couldn't be happier.
No, I thought that was an awesome drive from you, Tyrone. You know, obviously you have been unlucky from time to time, but to see you up there, P4 overall, but P3 for the Opens, I think that's a well-deserved result for tonight.
Oh, it definitely pays off for the boys in the SLM crew. I mean, we're doing a fantastic job with everything we're trying to do. So I think it's actually starting to pay off now, for sure.
And Tyrone, we were watching the restart there, and you and Dylan were lined up, and we were really looking forward to some team tactics there. But it seemed like Dylan kind of got the jump away from you on the restart there. Did you just miss the restart, or were you battling a bit too hard?
I think I left a nice set of licorice straps the whole way up that straight, trying to put the power down, to be honest with you, Dougy.
Look, I don't mind some licorice straps, so yeah. But no, I mean, we were watching you earlier as well, and you were just sitting in there behind, and Buffle was saying that you were a little bit of a black sheep tonight, and to keep an eye on you. So for you to come through the P3, just an awesome result for you and SLM tonight.
Thank you, Dougie. That means a lot to me. Yeah, a really great job for the guys back in the bunker there. This is for them for sure. P3.
Yeah, good on you, good on you. So, do you want us to leave the shout outs to Dylan tonight?
Hopefully, I don't break his trophy like what poor Lando Norris did to Max Verstappen.
I saw that. I saw that. That was a bit crazy. That's a bit exuberant. Quite an exuberant way to pop open the champagne bottle, isn't it?
I think I'll be popping the cork a little more casually.
You poke someone's eye out if you don't. Well done for the night, mate, and great racing, and look forward to watching you next week.
Too easy, boys. Thank you so much. It means a lot.
Cheers, Tyrone. See you, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Get in Jason Holdsworth. Jason Holdsworth, P2 tonight, mate. Take us through your night.
Oh, am I P2? I thought I was P3.
No,
Sorry.
P2 and fixed, mate. P2 and fixed.
Open.
Yeah, I thought we had more green white checkers. So,
I was saying
wrong call.
that. I was saying that towards the end there, Jason. Obviously, I'm relatively new to this type of series, and I was querying about the finish of the race. I thought it would have continued on with a green white checker until you'd had run those 3 laps.
I thought we had 3. So, it's just me not reading the rule book. Let's be honest. So a bit surprising for you to for it to finish after the first green white checker then. Yeah, it is what it is. What do? You make the wrong call at the end of the day. Should have read the rule book.
It surprised me greatly when I saw you all hop into the pits. I mean, with 3 laps to go, You had such a dominating car tonight and done such a fantastic drive. You were leading there at one stage by 11 to 12 seconds, and I never thought I'd see that on an oval. This circuit suits you. Was the setup perfect for tonight? What are your thoughts there?
Well, the setup's always spot on. It's spot on every week. It'll be spot on for Richmond next week and the week after that as well.
Well, that's scary for the rest of the competitors. Maybe you shouldn't have said that out too loud.
Oh, everybody knows. If anyone watched last season when I got to jump in races, they know the setup's always spot on. Like we have a big team, and obviously they're on our website, so we have quite a few customers as well that run the same setup. We've got, 30 people giving feedback on the setup that goes on the website each week. So naturally, it's always at the top of the game.
Oh, yeah. Well, it sounds like a fine-tuned team then. So what were your thoughts coming to the start of the green-white checker there? What were you thinking you were going to do? How were you going to approach that?
I made some mistakes there as well. So I assumed because we were single filed out, I'm like, we'll probably go green here. So I'm just like, I'll wait till. I obviously wanted to get. Who was next to me? Was it Tyrone that was in front of me on the restart?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm just like, I wanted to get him in turn one. I wasn't confident taking Dylan too wide through the tunnel turn. So I was like, I'll wait to turn 3 and go around the outside. That was my plan all along. But obviously the caution came out well before I got that opportunity. So that was what was going through my head. And I would have, just the new tyres, I would have got Dylan by the turn 1 on the second lap or the final lap. But it wasn't to be.
You could see your tyres warming up quite quickly once the race restarted, and we were commenting that you're going to have the pick of your line, and as you were saying, you were choosing when and where to do these overtakes. But again, mate, just such a brilliant drive tonight, and very impressive. Who do you want to give a shout out tonight? Regards to setups and backers.
Obviously shout out to the whole team at Nitro. Russ built the setup this week. Obviously very, very quick, as you guys would have seen. Some new sponsors. My mate Jordan Martin, whose TikTok is on my truck and face is on my truck for this season. We're just having a look at it now. It looks awesome. So definitely visit his TikTok if you get a chance. I'll be telling him to post some more stuff up there, some stupid stuff. It's just good for a laugh. So,
that's what it's about, isn't it? You got to have fun and you got to have a good laugh.
Yeah, as I said last week in the box when I was there, it's just a game.
Absolutely. Whoa.
Get him out. Get him out.
I knew that would get you guys going.
I love it, James. I love
Good
it.
on you, Jace. Good on you, mate. All right, mate. We'll see you next week. Looking forward to
See you
it.
next week.
Bye-bye.
He just had to throw the G word in, didn't he?
He did.
Jace Holdsworth, love him.
Sacrilege.
Right. Let's get the young man in. Mr. Dylan Gray, not only did you get a P license on official IRL racing, but you also won again tonight. Well done. Congratulations. Take us through your evening.
I
That was
don't
a
know
great
where to
evening.
begin.
Yep, that's excellent, mate.
Use your words, young man.
Let's just say I'm shocked that I won tonight. I thought Jason would have just gone up. See you guys, I'm back. I'm going 20 seconds down the road. I went,
Well, it was like he had enough time to stop for a cappuccino, wasn't it?
yeah, but I think it was a good battle between myself, Tyrone, Dylan DeBono, Darren, and also Kyle near the end of the race. All 5 of us just literally bumper to bumper, battling for P2 overall, and it just paid with the. It was just unlucky with what happened to Darren and that netcode. Coming out of 1, and I'm just shocked. So
You sound speechless. You sound speechless.
yes,
No, look. I mean, you were up the top all night long. And you ran a really, really smart race. I thought. You're battling with the other guys. What was your thought processes going on there? Obviously, we saw Rob behind you. He was taking advantage of the tail and looking after his tyres there. Was there any sort of swapping over with him at some stage and running the same?
no, just keep him behind me.
Just keep him behind you? Yep, no, fair
Because
enough.
I think as soon as I let him go, he would have got me in the pits.
Yep.
And would have been right behind Jason, and those who were just pulled away, and probably got the 1-2.
Mm-hmm. But well, it just goes to show how races can change on the turn of a dime, and tonight you were the beneficiary, and you, like I said, you've done a wonderful race tonight, mate, and you must be very proud of yourself and the SLM boys.
Yeah, very happy. I'm happy that Tyrone also got the podium, which is good.
Yep.
I think it's his first podium in the league, I think.
Oh,
It is.
really?
It is his first podium for CFR, yep. Correct.
There you go. So, must be all very happy and proud as a team. I'm sure the team boss will be stoked.
No, Matt should be happy.
Matt's always happy.
He has to be.
He's always
He
happy
has to
until
be.
he's not.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway.
Do you have anything there for Dylan, Tyler?
No, I've got to say, you've done an awesome job so far this season. 2 wins already in your book, and I think it was the top 5 as well last week. So the effort that you've been putting into the NasTrucks so far this season is, it's paying off, and you're doing, such a good job, and hopefully it continues on.
Oh, that's what I want to keep on going on, so I can be there. I think for the last 3 rounds. And that with the championship, I don't know why I'm thinking of the championship now.
Well,
It's a bit early for that, mate.
No, that's the best approach to have, mate. I mean, when I race, I don't enter a season unless I start thinking about the championship. So, you got to have that mindset. If you don't have that, well, then you're just going to fall back through the field. I think taking it a bit serious is what brings the guys up to the front. I mean, you're not only doing fantastic in this series, but I think you're also doing extremely well in the 86 too, aren't you?
No. I think 86 had shocker last week.
Did you?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, I missed that because I'm doing something different on a Wednesday night. But, but tonight you were there all night long and, well deserved for tonight, mate. So who do you want to give a shout out for tonight?
SLM, Tyrone with pushing me almost to the end, Darren as well, and also CFR for putting it on the league and doing the broadcast.
Lovely. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. We'll see you next week.
Will do.
Yeah.
Let's get him out of here. Now, we have actually misread the fixed championship, and it is actually Jared Gilbert's scoring P3. So I'll get Jared in here. Jared, P3 in the fixed tonight, mate. Take us through your evening. How was it?
It was extremely fun at the start. And then obviously that accident involving me, and I don't know who it was. But yeah, it's really fun. Yeah.
So you joined
that's nothing,
CFR
mate.
not that long. Sorry, Dougy. You joined
No, you're
CFR
all right.
not that long ago, mate, and it's obviously your first podium with us. What's the racing like out there for you in general with the mix of fixed and open trucks?
It's really good. This is my 3rd race ever in a truck. So, it's just taking a little bit getting used to, but, the fixed guys, they're really hard, really fun, really fast. I'm just working on myself, me and my team, trying to get up there. And tonight seemed to work out in my favour.
Can I just ask, Jared, how come all you fellas sound so young?
That is a good question.
Every single one of you sound young. You should not be able to drive like the way you guys have been driving tonight. Such close quarter racing all through the night, and you've done extremely well to, finish up in P3 for the fixed. Who did you feel that you were having the best races with tonight during the pack racing?
Everyone.
Everyone?
Yeah, because like I started P14, I think, charged through to I think third, so it was really fun getting up there and then getting spun. Going at that speed, it's very hard to judge where your nose is and whatnot. But yeah, everyone is just tough, and me and my team, we are working hard together to just countless hours of practice.
Yeah,
just
that's
getting
right,
to where
yeah.
we are.
Yeah, and how did you find the fixed setup tonight? Did it was it consistent throughout the whole stint, or was it falling away towards the end?
Falling away towards the end, but like most cars, what do? You just drive through it, change your driving style, and just don't spin.
Don't spin, don't crash. Great motto for a racing
I
driver.
was going to say, there you go. Yeah, don't spin and don't crash. I mean, he's got it all in 2 sentences, hasn't he?
Absolutely.
That's good.
Well done tonight, Jared. Do you want to give a shout out to your team members, your teammates, and who's sponsoring you for these events?
Absolutely. So I'd like to give a shout out to Sheafy Industries, which is my team, Brandon Griffiths, Boss Man. I'd like to shout out to Cataclysm, Sim Computers, Qualcomm mouse pads, Fueled Hydration, all those guys. Thank you so much.
That's a list as long as your arm.
I was going to say, he's got it all written on the dash, I reckon. It's all just in there.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Well done tonight, mate, and look forward to watching your race next week.
Thanks, buddy. Can't wait for it.
See you,
Thanks,
Jared.
Jared.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
All right, this is going to bring us in Mr. Mark Grolcott. Mark, P2 tonight, fixed trucks, mate. How was it? Take us through your night.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't believe it when you yelled out my name because it's the first time ever.
Don't worry, Dougy was the same, mate. Don't worry, it's all good.
I was not.
Take us-
I just know what he's talking about. It's a shock sometimes, isn't it, Mark?
Oh, yeah, considering that this is sort of new to me and I'm always just going off the back, on qualifying. I just hit ready to race. I don't want to get amongst the good guys, and I just, I'm an old bug. I'm not one of these young fellas. I'm 52.
Oh, you can come join us. You come join me.
Oh, no.
Sammy, we have another one.
He started it. He's thrown the age out there. But,
good on you, mate. Good on you.
no, how was the racing tonight?
Sorry, Rob. I was going to say I love seeing the old fellas getting up there.
Oh, yeah, well, I've got to sort of think about retiring from real racing, so this is the next best thing.
Oh, real racer. What do you race in real life?
I race super saloons on dirt in New Zealand.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
which is like late mods, similar to
Yep.
late mods. Yep.
Yep. And you've been doing that for quite a few years?
As I said, I'm 52, so I started when I was 18.
Oh, dear.
geez.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what's called a career.
I was waiting for one of you boys to ask her that because, I'd heard through the Discord that you'd done a fair bit, Mark. But this is something very different to what you normally do. So how are you finding the trucks on a Monday night?
Oh, they're actually really good. I'm actually really enjoying it. Coming, up the front or at the back, I don't really care. It's just the enjoyment of meeting new guys and new community, and it's just enjoyable.
No, that's good, mate. That's good, and that's one thing that I find here too at CFR. We've got a great community, and everyone, gets together and has a good laugh, and it's always nice to get out on track with those guys and do that. Those races.
Definitely, and it's way cheaper than fixing real cars.
I could imagine it is. I mean, with that extensive history behind you in regards to racing cars, I'm sure you're going to get a handle on top of this NasTruck and start wrangling it more towards the front.
Yeah, well, the NasTruck that I'm actually driving, I'd like to thank Timo for doing the paint job for me. That's actually like my real car design.
Yeah, we're just looking at the rear of your car now, and we can see the super saloon on the back there.
Yeah,
I spotted it.
Looks awesome. Yeah. Look, so who else do you want to give a shout out for tonight, mate? Sponsors and teammates and friends and family and.
Oh yeah, all that too. But the main guys I really like to thank is the guys that are actually helping me on here, which is Timo, Pete, and Brian and Darren. They all seem to guide me along what to do, and because I still get lost even getting onto the server.
I'm hearing you, buddy. I'm hearing you. I know the on-off button, and that's really about it.
Yeah.
but I mean, that goes back to what I was saying about the the familiarity and the friendship that we have here at CFR. You know, you can jump on board and ask someone a question, and everyone's more than willing to help each other out, aren't they?
Oh, definitely. Even Jason, he did a free driving thing one night, and I jumped in that, and I learned quite a bit off that. So it was quite good, you know. And then he passed me tonight, and I started following his lines, and I just seemed to actually get a little bit faster, but he still got away from me by miles. But I just ran my own pace.
You got to throw that anchor out.
Definitely, but I just ran my own pace tonight, and I've just been cautious in the corner, so I didn't slide out and burn my tyres out. So, you know, and I got what I got. I'm pretty wrapped.
Yeah, no, good on you, mate. Good on you. Proud of yourself, you know, and that's the way you should be. Well, thanks very much, mate. Appreciate you popping in for a chat, and look forward to seeing you racing next week.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much, guys.
See you, Mark.
Cheers. Bye.
All right, Dougy. You want this, man. You want to have a fair dig at him. Dylan DeBono, winner for the fix and P2. But I think Dougie's going to have a bit of a word with you, mate.
Dylan DeBono, how are you, buddy?
Mate, I'm pretty well over the moon, eh? I was a sick race.
Yeah, it certainly looked like it. Well, this is something very different for you and I. Usually we're on track together, but tonight I get to grill you. So what happened with qualifying? P17?
Mate, honestly, I loaded in with 4 minutes left in quali.
That's an excuse.
Yeah. Well. No, honestly, the reason why I actually came in here was because I crashed in the Toyota A6s. I had the shit, so. I come in here and it was like, I can't get much worse than the 86 race. So.
But lo and behold, look at where you finished tonight. You know, I mean, you must be pretty proud of yourself. I mean, it's something that's still kind of relatively new to you. And given the caliber of the drivers in this field, to finish where you finished tonight, you must be stoked.
Yeah, I'm over the moon. You know, racing with the guys like Dylan Gray, someone like Jason. Man, that guy is so fast. I don't know how he does it.
Oh no,
you know, Tyrone, Darren. Man, there's just such a good bunch of blokes to drive with, and I just felt like a total noob, really.
Yeah, and you and Kyle, for lap after lap after lap, you were so close together. You know, you were both fighting for P1 and P2 in the fixed series, and Kyle's not a very, very easy man to beat.
Yeah, no, like first of all, I didn't even realise there were two races in one, and then someone told me in the Discord that there's an open and a fixed one.
That's right.
Then someone told me Kyle was winning and he was behind me. I was like, oh, all right, I'll move around him and I'll just sit behind him. I was like, oh, I feel like fuel's going to be a bit of a problem here, so I saved some more fuel.
Yep.
And I think while I was doing that, I was saving a bit of the tyres, and then just at the end of the first, it sort of just came alive and I was passing a few cars, and then we were starting to catch Dylan Gray and Tyrone and
that's
Darren.
right. Yeah, I mean, once you get into that 1.3 second behind the car in front, that's when you're really starting to feel the effect of the tail. And we could see you just slowly move it up behind them. And next thing you know, we've got like a 5-car, 6-car battle pack.
Yeah, it was sick. After I stopped for my pit stop, I came out about like 2.5 seconds back. I was like, oh no, my race is going to be over here.
Yep.
And then I don't know, I just started putting in some good times, and I was like, oh shit. We all
know how good of a driver you are, you know, and you started running the lines really nicely. We could see on screen. But two questions I have for you. Firstly, where is your velocity paint?
Go on, I can't save you here, Dill. I can't save you.
With my 4 minutes of qualifying, I just didn't have enough time.
All right, I'll let you off of that one. The second one is, just to confirm, are you running fixed or open?
Yeah, I'm on the fixed setup, the Pocono. Yeah,
that is
great,
what we thought. That's what we thought. We just wanted to confirm that because we were a bit unsure to start with.
So, just out of curiosity, are you running on the Garage 61 fixed setup, or are you just running iRacing fixed setup?
Just on the yellow racing one. Is
Okay,
that the
we
wrong
need
one?
to, yes, we need to discuss that. So we'll do that outside of broadcast room, mate. So we'll
need to talk
chat
this
to
is the
you.
Bono.
We'll chat to you a little bit after the broadcast, mate, and just clear some details up.
Yeah, but that's okay. I mean, still great racing tonight, mate, and looked like you had an absolute blast out there. And the racing was just fantastic to watch all night. Do you have anything darks there, Tyler? It's a velocity chat tonight here.
I know. I
Dylan.
feel a little out of place here.
No, obviously it's good to see you out there. You know, I did want to join you in '86, but I was here in the comp box instead. But it was good to see you join in last minute and. You know, showed a bit of pace, and I'd say it was a very good battle, and well done for tonight.
Yeah, cheers, Tyler. Yeah, I guess I was glad you didn't join the 86 race because not many cars finished.
Oh, no. Oh, no. All right, mate. Well, I've been asked this question before, and I know you have too. Who keeps bringing you back each week? I know you want to thank me for being the person I am, and
Yeah, just want to.
and what I bring to the team, and so you might as well get that out of the way now.
Just want to thank my grandpa, Dougy. Velocity Sim Labs, they get the job done. You know, Steve does a lot of work behind the scenes with all the boys, Tyler, Matt, Jackson. You know, they all do the job. Original Digital Design, Paul Sheafy, his YouTube channel, Here to Race. That's a good watch if anyone wants some spare time and have a look at it. And yeah, don't forget to visit Premier Racing Setups for all those hot docs for the dirt racing.
Lovely. All right, Dylan. Thanks very much, mate, and congrats again tonight. And Rob's going to talk to you soon.
Yeah, mate, honestly, I'm happy just to finish second in the open setup. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for.
No worries, buddy.
Night.
See you, mate. Bye bye.
See you guys. Bye.
All right, we'll get Tyler.
Where'd Tyler go? What happened to Tyler?
Tyler.
Goodness me. Well, you have to be here, Tyler, whilst Rob finishes the broadcast for us, because my voice is getting a bit croaky.
Yeah, so that is going to wrap us up, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, thank you also to Tyler and Dougy Gowans for their assistance in the combox. It's fantastic to have you boys along tonight.
Lovely. Thanks for having us, Rob. Really enjoyed it, mate, and still learning things as we go along.
Yeah, no,
It was good fun tonight.
It was a good race, and don't forget, guys, we are on Season 2, Drive for Mental Health, part of our promotional this season. We have joined forces with Beyond Blue, so if you here to donate, please check the links in the chat or on the Kick page. Any little bit helps. So this is kicking off our new week. Tomorrow night is our IMSA series, and we are headed to Nürburgring. We are on the GP circuit for a 60-minute race.
Oh, I love that track. Love that track.
LMP3 GT4. It is going to be a stellar evening. So be sure to tune in for that. But yeah, that's going to wind us up. Gentlemen, appreciate your time. Ladies and gentlemen at home, thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you tomorrow night on this same channel, 7:15 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, with some more action. Be good to yourself, be good to your fellow driver, and we'll see you soon. Bye, guys.